The Nation of Yahweh presents The Unfolding Light. Today's show is brought to you by Builders of the Highway Foundation, Yahweh Life Center, Neo Jazz School of Music, Yahweh Education Centers, and the Temple of Brothers and Sisters of Goodwill. And now for your host, Dr. Lud Yisrael.
Boker Tov and Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to the Nation of Yahweh's weekly teleconference, The Unfolding Light. I am Dr. Lud, along with my co-host, Sister Tamar. Boker Tov, sister.
Boker Tov, Shabbat Shalom, family.
Well, praise Yahweh. It is a great day in Yahweh. It is a great day to know this is the day of the Lord Yahweh. We should rejoice and be glad in it because all of the wicked are being destroyed and the righteous shall prevail. Praise Yahweh. Today on Unfolding Light, we'll have Who is Yahweh by the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. And directly after that, we have a keynote message from the Master Teacher, the founder of the Nation of Yahweh. And directly after that, we'll have the part where we all take part in Unfolding the Light. We call it Power Talk. And yes, we will have another special guest today to wrap up this conversation as it relates to every day being Shabbat and all months have 30 days. Praise Yahweh. And now I invite you all to stand and face the east with outstretched hands as we offer up a prayer to our Heavenly Father Yahweh. O Yahweh, God of our salvation, save us, gather us together, and deliver us from this heathen, so that we may give thanks to thy holy name and glory in thy praises. Blessed be the holy name of Yahweh and Yisrael forever. O Yahweh, let them be confounded that persecute us, but let not us be confounded. Let our enemies be dismayed, but let not us be dismayed. Bring upon our enemies the day of evil, and destroy them with double destruction. O Yahweh, forgive our fathers for breaking your laws, and please forgive us for breaking your laws. Help us to never bring shame against thy great name, nor reproach against thy works. For surely we have turned ourselves to thee, O Yahweh, trying to be upright. And as we confess our faults, please grant us protection against all of our faults. Cleanse us of our secret faults, and guide us to the best of morals. For surely our prayers and our sacrifices, our lives and our deaths, are all for thee, O Yahweh. Tefillah. Avenu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh Shemeaka, Tavo Malputeaka, Yadzerizonka, King Vashemayim, King Ba'aretz, and Lekem Kukenu, Tang Lanu Hayam, Uslat Lanu, All Cartienu, Kimosaso King, Gamanatnu, Lakotiam Lanu, Veal Tevienu, Lade Nisayam, King Senu, Mihara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Givera, Veha Tefieret, Leolame, Olamin Sila. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. And now, who is Yahweh? By the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is a name that you should know because it's the duty of the Son of God to proclaim his Father's name. And here you have a whole bunch of people going to church, 400,000 churches, and they don't know the name of the Father. They say such silly things like, Father, God, help me. Both of them titles. Father is a title, God is a title. Who's going to answer to that? The purpose of the coming of the Son is to reveal the name of the Father. That's who he prayed to, our Father, and he called his name. He said, hallowed be, holy be thy name. How can it be holy to you and you don't know it? Interesting, isn't it? There are a lot more interesting questions than that about that situation. But when you begin to read your Bible, as I call this to your attention, you will discover from the Old Testament of Genesis all the way through Revelations, it's all about the name of the Father. It's all about his name. But somebody got you calling some other kind of name other than the Father's name. And you don't know his name. And unless you learn his name, then you're never going to move from poverty to riches. And if you don't come into the knowledge of the name. Haven't you ever wondered why it is that you have the same God, have the same churches, and the same names that white people have? I mean, have you noticed? You do. Our people have the same, right? Isn't it strange how God always answers white people's prayers? And black folks' prayers don't seem to be the same magnitude. You know, you say, well, I get my prayers answered, but why don't you ever get answered to be the ruler? I mean, you know, my people are always on their knees in front of white people asking white people to let them be accepted. Why do you need to ask white people for acceptance? Why don't you just ask God? Doesn't your God have enough power to make you accepted? Why can't you be the people that everybody else wants to be among? Why are you always running after somebody else to be among them? What's wrong with your God? Why do you have to go around always on your knees with your hat in your hand begging for a job from white people? Why don't your God just give you some jobs? Oh, I have to ask you some serious questions because white people move from poverty to riches every day. Huh? They come from Russia. They come from Europe. They come from England. They come from all over the world with nothing on the ship. Come and get in your neighborhood. Come with a buggy and a basket and a wagon and push it around in your neighborhood and move from poverty to riches out of your pocket. You live in the neighborhood and stay poor and just pray all the time. You prayed enough to rule all the world. So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is the God of the Bible. He's the God of the Hebrews. In the beginning, Yahweh created the heavens and the earth. Yahweh is the man that beat up on Pharaoh. Y'all remember how he put plagues in Egypt? That was Yahweh did that. Yahweh is the one that when Pharaoh got real sassy, he drowned him in the Red Sea. That's Yahweh who did it. Yahweh is the man that when Daniel refused to bow down to another nation and quit facing the east and praying, when he refused to stop praying to his God, which was Yahweh, they said, well, we're going to put you in the lion's den and starve them. Threw him in the lion's den. Yahweh locked the jaws of the lion. Lions could do him no harm. Rulers got scared. Came and got Daniel out and made him a ruler. Right? I just want you to know who Yahweh is. He made the sun, the moon, the stars, all what you see and haven't seen. Okay. So who is Yahweh ben Yahweh? I am his son. I am his son. That's who I am. I am the son of Yahweh. I don't care who else is the son or who else they are. It makes me no difference. I'm not here tonight concerning myself with who is the son of who. I'm the son of Yahweh. I have to tell you who I am. Yahweh is my father. I am his son. What makes me his son? What makes me Yahweh's son is I do not have a will outside of his. I have no thoughts, no ideas, and no program outside of Yahweh. You'll find that all that I ever do, all that I've ever done, and all that I'm ever going to do is found right in the Bible, and it's traced right to his will. No exception. I take no credit for all that I have built. It's all in his name. Yahweh. That's one of the things that make me his son. Also, I have no difference in his word. I only speak his words. Even the words I've spoken to you thus far, the principles of those words are all in the Bible. Every single one of them is is found in the Bible. No exceptions. So I walk as he says walk. I talk as he says talk. I act as he says act. I do whatever he says do. I have no idea of doing it any other way. Those are the things that makes me his son. I obey his laws, his statutes, his judgments, his commandments. That's why I'm successful. He said in his holy word that if I obey his laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments, that he would make everything, all the works of my hand would prosper. So all the works of my hands, it's prospering. I'm telling you why. Now, what about you? You might say, well, if you're the son of Yahweh, can I be? Of course you can. Of course you can be the sons of Yahweh. Every one of you can be. Every one of you can be the daughters of Yahweh. All you have to do is like I do. Obey his will, just like I do. You automatically become. You believe on his name, then you have eternal life. There's no other name under heaven that you can be saved in other than God who created it. You can't be saved in no name but the name of the one who created everything. And he gave his son a name higher than all the angels in heaven. What's the name higher than all the names that the angels could possibly have? The Father's name. There can be no name higher than the Creator's. So the son has to come in his father's name. Just like if your name is Davis, then your father was named Davis. If your name is Smith, your father's name was Smith. My name is Yahweh, so my father's name is Yahweh. That's logical.
Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before. And until my last days, 'tis Yahweh I will praise. Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. I certainly like to thank the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh for teaching these concepts that we hear it every week. We've been hearing it for years. But can't we see that the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh in this short little teaching is telling us exactly how to be a son of Yahweh. And we know we're not talking gender. To be a servant of Yahweh. He's teaching us exactly how. So if you ever wanted to know how to be a son of Yahweh, praise Yahweh. And now a brief bio on the master teacher, the founder of the nation of Yahweh, the most honorable, Yahweh ben Yahweh. Yahweh ben Yahweh came to Miami, Florida alone in 1979 to become the spiritual leader and founder of the nation of Yahweh. Although he took a vow of poverty that same year, within 7 years, he guided the nation and those who followed his teachings and principles to amass an economic empire in the greater Miami area and throughout the United States worth over $250 million. Under his direction, the nation of Yahweh has grown to encompass disciples, followers, believers, and supporters in thousands of cities across the United States of America and indeed throughout the four corners of the earth. The University of Yahweh, for which he has established the curriculum and for which he has received great acclaim in educational excellence, currently has locations across the United States. The moral teachings of Yahweh ben Yahweh is bringing about a change in the lives of individuals and causing them to take a different approach to life. This approach is based on the scripture which reads, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." Yahweh ben Yahweh continues to give. That which he is given cannot be measured in monetary wealth. Yahweh ben Yahweh is giving the world the keys to success in life politically, educationally, economically, socially, and spiritually. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Grand Master of the Celestial Lodge, the architect of the universe, the blessed and only potentate, the founder of the nation of Yahweh. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Remember that this is the morning of the third day, and I shall rise again. I am the resurrection. All of prophecy tells you that I shall rise again. It's all about that. Luke chapter 2, verse 34. No doubt about it. Again, I love you forever, bless you forever. I remind you once again, my associates are children of the light. That just brings laughter to my heart, to my soul, to realize that at last, I have those of you that love peace. And I only want to be in the presence of those of you that love peace. I love you forever. Shalom Aleichem.
Because you can only get life from life. Y'all see, he's God of the living. Dead don't count. And you got proof how you get life. You alive. You mate with somebody. What comes forth? Life. What are they carrying inside them? And they grow up and mate, produce. An apple has in it what? Which has within it? Life. A life of what? Another tree with limbs and leaves. And everything the other tree had on that you took it from. Same life in it. The same kind of life is in the seed of an apple. Proof. You can only get life from what? And who is the life giver? He said he is the first. He said beside him, there is no God. He said it. White man say he has an atomic bomb to blow up the earth, but he'll never get to blow us up. We were here before he was born, he was made, and he was given time to rule. We'll be here when he's gone. He was given 6,000 years, and that's like 6 days with us. In fact, that's all it is. The Bible says what? 1,000 years is but a day with Yahweh. How many have read that? How many have not read that? Raise your hands. You have not. Well, let's turn to it. Where is that? 2 Peter 3:8. All right, read.
But, beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord Yahweh as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day.
So, this is really simple times. Wiley hadn't had a chance to grow up and be a man. His 6,000 years is up in a day. How can anybody be around a day, know anything what's going on the planet Earth? That's why they have what they call archaeologists. Archaeology. Going around digging, trying to find out what happened. What did they do before we took over the rule? What were the Hebrew Israelites doing before our 6,000 years? Oh man, every time I dig, I find they had this kind of science. They had that kind of science. They built the pyramids and the Sphinx and the treasure cities. And they had airplanes and they built artifacts that we test them in the wind tunnel and they're perfect aircraft. They found those things buried in the ground by accident. We always used to fly through the heavens. That's no big thing. Anybody can make the sun, the moon, and the stars, make all these planets fly around that. He make the birds to fly. He make animals fly. Back to the animal. Make him fly. I've seen snakes and squirrels fly. Hey, Yahweh can do anything. If he can make other things fly, don't you think he can fly? That makes him the master of flight, doesn't it? He makes flying machines that can reproduce themselves.
See, Whitey's plane can't reproduce itself. And it can't fly itself. And it kills the pilot a lot of times. I've never seen a bird crash. And when he take off, he doesn't worry about it, he's gonna crash land. You fly that devil, boy, you have to wonder, don't you? Praise Yahweh. All right. So now we know what day it is, at least we studied that tonight.
Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before. And until my last days, 'tis Yahweh I will praise. Yahweh.
Wow. Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. That short little 5-minute message, about a little over 5 minutes, there is so much wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Yahweh ben Yahweh just told us the proof that we always existed. The proof that we will always exist. He even mentioned about them bragging about their atomic bombs, but they can't blow us up. He just proved it, that we eternal. But those of us who don't take heed to his words, we're just as vulnerable as these utterly wicked people, because we will not survive this tribulation if we not steadfast in our faith in Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. We have a lot to talk about in Power Talk, and we do have a special guest today. So without further ado, we're going to turn it over to Sister Tamar for commercial breaks and our community good news calendar. Praise Yahweh.
Neo Jazz School of Music is an educational institute whose primary purpose is to rescue our children through music and the arts. Music and arts programs are scientifically proven to expand the intellectual capacity of the student in areas such as math and science. In addition, students of music and the arts make for well-rounded, productive members of society, no matter what career path they choose. Neo Jazz School of Music currently provides education and training to community youth in the greater New Orleans area.
Get it up! Yay! Oh my gosh, we accomplished life!
Yeah.
YahwehRadio.com. YahwehRadio.com.
That keeps his mind stayed on Yahweh shall have perfect peace.
YahwehRadio.com.
Please
YahwehRadio.com.
Men might say, I'm gonna love Yahweh anyway. My heart is fixed and my mind's made up, and I won't turn back.
YahwehRadio.com.
Yahweh's here on his throne to lead his children safely home. Glory. Glory, hallelujah, yeah. Yahweh's here on his throne to lead his children safely home. Glory. Glory, hallelujah. Yahweh's here to lead.
Yahweh Virtual University online beta launch is starting Monday, August 22nd, 2022. Classes will be available online for Level 1 students between the ages of 2 through 6. Students will be able to enroll by August 1st. Fill out the form in the description below if you are interested in participating in our online beta program.
Well, praise Yahweh. We are excited and pleased to host the Feast of Tabernacles celebration for the year 6025. Yahweh's Feast of Tabernacles will be hosted on site in the beautiful city of Riviera Beach, Florida for the first 4 days. So that's Thursday, September 29th through Sunday, October 3rd. Again, we'll be hosting it on site in the beautiful city of Riviera Beach at J Ministry, located at 2831 Avenue S, Riviera Beach, Florida. Therefore, at sundown in the 7th month on the 15th day through the 22nd day in the year 6025, we will observe the Feast of Tabernacles in Holy Convocation. For more information about the feast registration, the dates on site, and the remainder of the feast will be hosted online, visit feastofyahweh.com. That's feastofyhwh.com. That's feastofyahweh.com. Well, we have exceeding love and gratitude for all of our family who connected for our previous feast and participated in our ongoing nation-building efforts. We created efforts where we are creating and supporting our nation's businesses to meet the needs of our family through BUILT, the Small Business Grant Program. Now, we are actually in the process of vetting the grants and looking at the applications. So announcements and communications will be made to those who did apply. So we will make sure, if you haven't heard, that we'll make sure in the coming week that you'll receive a communication. The second phase of this program is also our nation building effort, a Yahweh's Nation Building Institute. Now, so far, we have raised $42,000 in pledges and donations, and we're looking towards a larger goal of $50,000. This institute will put together resources and information that's needed for us to work together and build together through creating businesses, economic engines, and much more. And then our even greater goal is to raise $250,000 to develop the Nation of Yahweh Convention Center. Now we want to create a space for us to keep our feast and build within our nation. Now we encourage you to visit the Nation of YHWH.com. Also, you can send a PayPal donation through the Nation of YHWH@gmail.com. You're also invited to do a Cash App by sending $donate NOY. And again, visit the Nation of YHWH.com and stay tuned to the Unfolding Light about all of our announcements regarding High Holy Days and other national events. We also invite you to connect and build locally. The Nation of Yahweh invites you to support the local nation building efforts in Orlando. The Yahweh Education Center, which is conveniently located at 750 South Orange Blossom Trail, Suite 26, Orlando, Florida. There they facilitate live talk. That's right, family. The Yahweh Education Center Orlando invites you to join Live Talk Orlando. Visit them on Facebook, YouTube, and now online at livetalkorlando.com. Live Talk Orlando is hosted by author Jeremiah Yisrael and minister Samuel Boaz. We also encourage you to stay connected to our Yahweh's Education Center Miami, where our family is facilitating and hosting Shabbat classes and fellowships. Now we will have some announcements about some Shabbat classes and Bible studies that will be hosted online by the family at the Yahweh Education Center, Builders of the Highway Foundation in Miami. We will be making another announcement this coming week, so stay tuned to the Unfolding Light about our upcoming dates. The Yahweh Education Center, conveniently located at 1701 St. Anthony Street in New Orleans, encourages you to stay tuned. We will be announcing a relaunch of some of our study resources. We'll be launching a study video that will be giving that foundation information and an exciting class about ethics. So stay tuned to the Unfolding Light Weekly for announcements about the launch date or the relaunch of some of these resources. And we do also encourage our family to stay tuned to our health seminars every Saturday and Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, and 9 a.m. Pacific. Join us on Saturday for Being and Becoming Healthy, Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the prescription for eternal life. And then again on Sunday for Being and Becoming Clean, Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the prescription for eternal life. Now we do have the dial-in information available on our website under the calendar of events. So visit the Nation of YHWH.com for ways to join our class on the health seminars. And then we also encourage you on Thursday evenings, our family in the Riviera Beach, Florida area has a study class at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's right, our family in the Riviera Beach, Florida area invites you to join us for a study class. Now, if you are interested in attending this class, please reach out to our family in that area at area code 561-719-9527. And we also want to thank you for being a regular listener and supporter of YahwehRadio.com. We are announcing heavenly programming 7 days a week. You can listen to the Unfolding Light 7 days a week at 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern on YahwehRadio.com. Also streaming daily is the Master Teacher several times a day. I believe we have Our True History that airs daily on our at noon on YahwehRadio.com. and also the master teacher airing at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. So on behalf of Yahweh Radio, we'd like to thank our nation builders for supporting the Yahweh Life Center and the Neo Jazz School of Music. We also encourage you to visit the nationofyhwh.com, where you can stay tuned about all of the events and things across our nation. Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. There's a lot going on because we're building a nation. We're building the infrastructure of a great nation. Our Father, the Most Honorable, Yahweh ben Yahweh, laid a strong foundation. And now any righteous thing that we build on it shall prosper, shall grow, shall consume the planet. Because all these immoral, unrighteous, wicked entities, corporations and businesses, they're not sustainable. You can't sustain wickedness in a righteous world. And see, the wickedness is being destroyed, and the righteous world is there for us to build on our Father's strong foundation, heaven. That's right. It's up to us to build it. We can build it for ourselves. Yahweh ben Yahweh demonstrated it. He built heaven for us. We got to see what heaven is like for us. We got to see what serving Yahweh and being righteous is like in the personification of the Son of Yahweh, Yahweh ben Yahweh. We saw him being righteous in our sight and him building not only an economic empire, but a social. I mean, imagine if social media was around there. We would have our own social media. That's just how it is. So that's what we're doing, the children of Yahweh, the disciples of Yahweh ben Yahweh. That's what we're doing. We're building those things because the reality of it is life gets life. You can't get no life from death. So life is always going to bring forth life. Yahweh ben Yahweh resurrected us into life, and now it's time for us to bring forth more life. That's the cycle. That is how life has always been. Isn't that what Yahweh ben Yahweh told us today? Life has always been. It's only this guy who's only been around for a short time, who's trying to discover the secrets of life. He's trying to discover all of those things that we knew before we were put to sleep in the garden, before we were put to sleep for these last 6 days. All the knowledge that we knew. And guess what? Yahweh is restoring all of the knowledge, the good knowledge that we knew back then to us now. Just as it relates to the Shabbat. What did he say today? He said 1,000 years is but a day to Yahweh, and a 1,000 years, and a day is 1,000 years to Yahweh. So when we look at the 7-day cycle, we're looking at it from a terrestrial, after the fall of man, put to sleep perspective. When we look at it 7 days, when Yahweh says 1,000 of these so-called days to make 1 day.
Year.
For I'm sorry, 1,000 of these to make 1 year for us is a day. No, he said day. A day is 1,000 years. 1,000 years is a day. I'm sorry. Let me get it right. Correct me, please. 1,000 years is a day, not 1,000 days. Mm-hmm. And so when you think about that, when we were put to sleep, right, not only in the garden, but we were also re-put to sleep deeply in this American situation, to where even the knowledge that we had before this slavery was stripped from us. And so all we was given back was the devil's philosophy and his moon calendars and his way of conceptualizing time. Now get this. When we woke up, when we were resurrected by Yahweh ben Yahweh, then we will learn to study, to show ourselves approved, to where we can rightly divide that word of truth. Now, there is some truth in the 7th day, in the Shabbat. There is some truth. But Yahweh ben Yahweh taught us after Egypt, he gave us some ritualistic things to shape our minds, to gradually take our minds from the Egyptian way. Well, that's the same process that Yahweh ben Yahweh went through, giving us a line upon line of precept upon precept after we were resurrected from America. And most of us, it's taken us 30, 40 years to even approach the understanding of what the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh gave us. That's just a fact. And so now we're here talking about the real Shabbat, when Yahweh rested. Remember, this was Yahweh did his work in 6 days. What? 6 days, 6,000 years to us, and rested on the 7,000 year. And he said that he hallowed that 7,000 year. And he taught us in the scriptures that when that time comes, the devil time is up. And now we are to be holy, not only every day, every 1,000 years, 1,000 years at a time, we are to be holy. 1,000 years at a time. So every day is 1,000 years. So every day we are to be holy. From this point on, we are in the 7th day, family. This is the 7,000 year. And for the next 1,000 years, we in this day, the Shabbat. I know it sounds a little, big concepts, but see, Yahweh ben Yahweh said that's why he taught us math. That's why he taught us on the first day and on the third. We had to keep up with days. We had to keep up with time. We can refer to a day like a second to Yahweh, so these things is what we have in our DNA, the capacity to understand. We have to stop looking at it through the lens of this person who hadn't been here but for a few days. And he wore out the saints, put us to sleep, and then taught us that time was reckoned by a tidal lock moon that don't even revolve. The moon does not rotate. It revolves around the earth, but it doesn't rotate. And that's his reference of time. Well, that's not the son of Yahweh, not the sun in the sky, not the son that came in the flesh of Yahweh. Only the son is there to reckon time. And he just taught us in these last few weeks how to reckon time, if you understand. So now we're going to open this up for a discussion. Sister Tamar, we have our special guest today, and we like to bring on our special guest.
Well, praise Yahweh. We have our dear brother Kezion Menashe back with us again today. Welcome, brother.
Shabbat
Shalom
shalom.
Shabbat shalom, family. Dr. Lou, Sister Tamar, family all over the nation and the world. We got it going on. This is the talk right here. This is the talk. I just love what, Yahweh ben Yahweh has set up here, because we at the end of this time, and it's time for us to understand all of this, because we're talking life, okay? Because the two of these things are just linked at the hip. And we Yahweh ben Yahweh, he has a tendency, we have to, notice we only take a little snippet of Yahweh ben Yahweh because it's so concentrated, it's so packed full of information that we have to break it down and digest pieces of it because it's designed really to kick off our memories, because our memories need to be kicked off. Somebody need to kick off our memories. And glory to Yahweh, he sees the need to breathe life into us again. And I'm hearing it, I'm seeing it, it's happening, and I am thrilled. Praise Yahweh. That being said, when you listen to Yahweh speak, it's important to jot down the notes, right? So that's what I did. That's what I always do, because it's so many different directions. He said, I heard him say today that life has always been. That's deep, y'all. It's just 4 words, but that formula right there, good Lord, that is so packed. Do you know what it is for anything to have always been? Just think about that. Before we can even think about life, the fact that it has always been. I mean, whatever time you in, there's life. And whatever time came before that, there was life. And any time after that, that whole civilization, that whole existence can go away, but there will still be life. So of course I had to just go in and real quick just do as Yahweh ben Yahweh instructs us to do, and start up on the 10-step study method. I'll jump back into it later and finish it. But just this little piece that I got started just now, it just knocked me off my feet, because what Yahweh gave us was a key. We got to understand that you need keys to get through this journey that we're on. We're on a journey. We came here. Okay, we're not from here. That's what Hebrew means. Hebrew means nomad. It means alien, visitor. It's deeper than coming out of a man's loins. It's about coming out of a man's mind here. And just like Yahweh taught about life, giving life, you don't have life unless you came from life. And if you came from life, you're a life giver. That's the way this works. So I looked up the word always, because I wanted to just open that up a little bit before I checked out life, because we've been talking about time, and always came up on a previous segment that we did, but we didn't get a chance to check it out as much as we will today. It's the Hebrew word olam, always, and you can search this out under the reference number in the Hebrew dictionary 5769 in the Strong's dictionary, and it literally means it says the vanishing point. Generally, time out of mind. Now, past or future. So just think about that for a second. There is a time that is in mind. If there's a time that's out of mind, there is a time that's in mind. As we try to understand what we in, y'all, okay? We're in time, right? We're in time, but there is time out of this time. And always is defined as an eternity. Now you notice everything in our system turns. We were talking about how the celestial bodies, some of them are spinning. All of them are revolving around a sun or some celestial body that is serving to power them. And even that system is always moving This is the stuff that wakes us up, y'all, because we're not from here. We're advanced beings. We're eternal gods of Yahweh. Okay, we just got in these bodies 6 days ago and forgot everything. We forgot it all. Okay, but always means ancient time. Okay, so we had life with Yahweh prior to this time. We had life in ancient times. How do we know? We left proof. Like, they still can't build a pyramid, y'all. We built that. We built that, and it was those buildings predate 6,000 years ago, y'all. We had civilizations that left, evidence all over this planet, on the surface, underwater, everywhere, in the mountains. We got proof that we had advanced civilizations. We're talking always right now. You see, sometimes we be thinking that this little time, that this little fellow who's been around for a couple days is it. No. That's not it, y'all. When we start talking about Olam, we talking eternity, where everything is turning, right? And not just when everything is turning, but the E part of eternity, that means beyond, okay? Beyond everything that's turning. You feel me? This is where, Yahweh is revealing to us with this little word formula right here. Four little words, that you are an eternal being, that you are beyond this time, that you are a part of the ancient of days. Okay? See, there's different kind of days, but you part of the ancient. You and I, we the ones who Yahweh gave us life. You understand? When Yahweh give you life, you can't help but give life. That is of Yahweh. That's who you are. When you made in his image and in his likeness, and he is the one who gives you life, then you too are the one who gives life. You're not the only one. You got lots of ones. We in the scriptures all over the place. We could just have a party going through the book, finding out how many places we are in the scriptures. But see, all of this stuff is really just designed to help us remember who we are today, so we can do this part of being the ones. Because check that out, be one, right? There's some scriptures in Ezekiel chapter 37 where the whole gist of the parable, of the metaphors and the similes, the allegories, the whole gist of it is, at the end of it all, he breathes life into us, right? And he likens us to bones. Look at the word bone. There's the letter B, or the word B, B-E, however you want to look at it. And there's the word one. You see? And in that parable, the bones were all separated and dried out and unconnected, and they all started coming together and connected with one another, and nurturing and nursing and healing one another. And then they started adding to ultimately, it was time for the breath of life to be breathed into them. And they stood up an exceedingly great army to the glory of Yahweh. But that's our story, y'all. Okay, history, however you want to look at it, prophecy, if you want to call it that, that's fine. That's just a time perspective of our story. You and me, us. The life that we're living, you didn't give yourself. Somebody gave that to you. His name is Yahweh. And we heard Yahweh always say today that beside Yahweh, there is none. He said Yahweh is the God of the living. That's good stuff right there, y'all. He said you can only get life from life. And so this thing goes together, y'all. All that movement, all that turning, all of that stuff, all that is a part of life. It's a part of you, and it's a part of me. It's a part of us. Because Yahweh is life, which has always been. Okay? Olam, you and I. Remember, this is wake up time. Yahweh waking us up with these clues, y'all. It's like context clues, right? It's like, oh, wait. I vaguely remember some of this from a few eons ago. Hold up. That is rather familiar, to say the least, because something is waking up in us. And you know what that something does? It causes us to want to be together rather than to be separate. Because we think better when we get together. We're more effective when we get together. Can you imagine trying to stand up, but your leg bone don't want to cooperate with your hip bone? Oh my God. Good luck with that. That's got to be painful. Somebody better have a wheelchair somewhere around, because there ain't gonna be no walking going on until these bones can get together. Well, look what Yahweh is doing for us. He's got us studying time, and he's got us studying life. He said Yahweh is the God of the living. Oh man. You know, the word of means having as a source of derivation. It's derived from. It comes from. Okay. And so if he's the God of the living, well, that would serve to, corroborate the reality that Yahweh is life. And so if Yahweh is life and he's the God of the living, and you and I, we're alive, then who is Yahweh? Who is he? We talking about time and we talking about life. Let's look at the whole picture here. We talking 6,000 years that is a time. That's what that is. That's what that is. And in order for us to be able to, do this according to his will, it's important that we wake up to what that is. It is the will of Yahweh that we wake up in this day and time. Because guess what? Somebody's time, the word says that the time, the fullness of the time of the Gentiles, in other words, when their time comes to an end, we've completed that 6,000 year cycle. Okay, it's actually a 7,000 year cycle, but we completed that 6,000 year part where they were given unlimited authority to do whatever they wanted to do without recourse. Well, it appeared that it was without recourse, but nobody could hold their feet to the fire during that time. And now, 7,000 years later, on the seventh day, all of their work must stop. All of their building will stop in this 7 day. It comes to an end according to, their time is up. And that was time for you and I to come back into the knowledge of who we are, our relationship to Yahweh. That's called life. That's the definition of that is life, right? It's a relationship to Yahweh that we have. We're related to Yahweh like the apple, the fruit is related to the tree. And we're full of seed. We're gonna make some more trees. That's what we do. You looking for the tree of life? Okay, go look in the mirror. His name is Yahweh, but you need to go look in the mirror so you can understand who that is. Yahweh once asked me, he said, son, do you ever look in the mirror when you pray? I was like, no, sir, I don't. He said, well, you should try it. It's about awakening now. Are you alive in Yahweh? Do you live for Yahweh? You know, it's time. That's why we discussing time, y'all. We're not discussing time so that we could just be smart. Hey, it's good to be smart. Nothing against smart people and people who like being smart. I like the idea of smartness, but that's just a tool to get to where we're going with this. All right? There's an awakening taking place. And that awakening is in you and I. Y'all, I always said, he said this morning, what were the Hebrew Israelites doing before this 6,000 year period? Did y'all hear that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Yahweh. He said, we always used to fly through the heavens.
He did.
That's what we do. Okay, just in case you're wondering, that's what we do. What's my occupation? I fly through heavens, man. That's what I do. That's what you do. If we can make other things, he said, if he can make other things fly, don't you think he can fly? He makes flying machines that reproduce themselves. Who you think he's talking about? He gave an example of a bird, but he got lots of creations that he did. But what is the ultimate creation? How about the one that he made in his image and in his likeness? How about that one? How about you? How about me? The children of the Most High. Straight
Yes,
up,
sir.
just tell you that.
Yes, sir. Praise Yahweh. I
Praise
tell you,
Yahweh.
brother, you said a whole lot, and there's so many things. Well, it's like we're talking about two different worlds. We're talking about two different existences. We're not talking about this grounded devil. We're talking about us in our elevated state before we started taking hold to this devil and became like him. Because I was looking up the word, just go to dictionary.com and look up the word Sabbath, right? And see, we talking about an inferior person explaining it. And I listened to this and understand this from the inferior man explaining what Sabbath is. They say the seventh day of the week, Saturday, as the day of rest and religious observance among Jews and some Christians. That's number one. Number two, the first day of the week, Sunday, similarly observed by most Christians in commemoration of the resurrection of Christ. Now, he just went from Saturday to Sunday in the same definition. Talking about inferior. Now, number three, any special day of prayer and rest, resembling the Sabbath. So wait a minute, now he just went from Saturday to Sunday to any day. And number four, a period of rest. So if I rest for the next few minutes, I'm Shabbating. That show you how when we were worn out and put to sleep, even in this slavery, when we woke up to this nonsense.
That's right.
How can we ever get this straight when this is the nonsense that he is saying his scholarly work is all over the place? But now we go back to the Hebrew word, then we get, let's define it in Hebrew. I don't have the Hebrew dictionary up. Tamar, do you have your Hebrew dictionary handy? Can we look up Shabbat and get some of the words? See, the difference is when we're talking about the oppressor, the white man, the people who enslaved us, who wore us out and put us to sleep, who wore out the saints, these people, they don't know what transpired before we were kicked out of the garden. Just like you were speaking of, they don't know our eternalness or our immortal nature that Yahweh gave us with life. So they feed us nonsense like Saturday, Sunday, or any day is cool. Just, just long as you don't get it right, you won't transcend me, which is the devil. If you get it
Exactly.
right, you instantly transcend it. Go ahead, brother.
Exactly right, brother. You notice all of their days they named after gods that's not Yahweh. All of them, every single one of them. Do the research on that. The idea is to distract us. They changed the times, open that they could change the life. You know, it didn't change the time. They still only had 6,000 years, even though they say this is the year 2022, right? Because they're trying to get another 4,000 years out the deal, right? But the problem here is that's a lie. It's not true. And so 6 days is up, no matter what they come up with. And so that's the only reason why we can even have this conversation. Our ancestors could not have this conversation. That this conversation is reserved for us. And so the breakdown comes now because their time is up. Now, what does that mean? Well, remember the guy in the book? Yahweh told him to pick up sticks for 6 days only. And then on the 7th day, don't pick up no sticks. This dude picked up the sticks anyway. And what did Yahweh do? Yahweh killed him. Okay? All that's allegory. So what we have to do, y'all, is we don't really have to like go after him or hold his feet to the fire, nothing. Yahweh got that. What we have to do is prepare ourselves for the changing of the guard. This whole life thing, him giving us life, this all happens at the same time that he's being relieved of duty. Okay? This is called the appointed time. This is that time when we're being appointed back in our proper assignment and role in all of this. It's called life. It's time for us to live for Yahweh. And so 7 days is allegory, y'all. It's allegory. And it's important for us to get more than us just like saying, well, I'm not going to go to work today because it's Shabbat. You know what? That's fine. If you want to go with that, I'm not mad at you. But we got 1,000 years of this, right? And so the reality is much bigger than just merely keeping a ritual that was designed to remind you that this day was coming. Well, it's here now. It's time for us to face the fact that we're way bigger than what we've been perceiving ourselves as. And it's time for us to get with the program that Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, Yahweh, he's the Father, okay? And he's looking for people who will worship him in spirit and in truth. Now, what does that even mean? It means that some people might be worshiping him in spirit, but not in truth. Or maybe some people might be worshiping him in truth, but not in spirit. You're looking for people to do both of those now. See, it's coming together now. We're about to go eternal up in here. So let's do this, family. Let's do this. Yahweh has set all of this in motion. You read about the Father in the Old Testament. You read about the Son in both the Old Testament and the New Testament. It's time to read about this Holy Ghost, though. Okay? Because the Father and the Son got together as one. There's 144,000 that's missing out of the picture that come together at this same exact time. 6 days into this coming together starts in a big conscious kind of way. And that 7th day, if we look at Genesis chapter 2, verse 4, something happens on that 7th day. Because Yahweh appears on the land. But see, there's a lot of controversy on the land, okay? Because there's no truth in the land. But then on that 7th day, though, something about day 7 throughout this book is repeated over and over and over. because it's highlighting the reality that these are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created in the day that Yahweh created them, and he made the earth and the heavens. So we're getting the education. You see, prior to that, the 7 days were complete. Prior to that, the 7 days had happened. We were in the 7th day. Now, all of that is not history, y'all. That's today. That's current. That's you and I. That's us. And so what we need to do now is confront. You know, what we need to do right now is accept who we are. You know, we are the children of the Most High Yahweh. We're the gods of Yahweh.
Praise
We're the
Yahweh.
one. That's
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We certainly are. We can go on. I have a definition for Shabbat in Hebrew, and we can go on, but I just looked at the clock, and we got time for power and to let our family in to ask any questions or make comments. We don't have a whole lot of time, so
you know you got to stop me.
Brother, we all deep into our studies, all in the studio. We all into these books and looking at this. It's like, and this is what I encourage everybody to do at home. Go do your research and studies for yourself so you can see the magnificence of Yahweh and the inferiority of the people who that we trying to be like. For lack of a better term, we're trying to be like this devil when we need to be like our Father who we made in his image.
Yes, sir.
But we do have a call.
We do have a caller with their line unmuted. Caller with your number ending in 9936. You are now live for Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shalom, shalom. Hey, Alicia Leah over in Los Angeles, California. What a great session this morning with what we're supposed to do. We're boots on the ground. I shall live and not die. We have a president that has given us the monkeypox over here in Los Angeles, California. Now he's coming up with the polio. But Yahweh, we got it all covered. We got it covered. We have taken over everything. We on rulership. It's time for all of us to come together because he gave us the antidote when he gave us Joshua 1:9. Have not I commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid nor discouraged by whatever they do. For Yahweh being Yahweh, our God, is wherever we go all the time. And we shall live and not die because we got a lot to do. Praise Yahweh being Yahweh. Love you, sisters and brothers.
Praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for your spirit, your energy, your wisdom, and for checking in, letting us know what's going on out there. Boots on the ground on the coast. Praise Yahweh. Brother Kezion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's time now, y'all. It's time. You know the stuff that didn't used to work, it'll work now. When you lining up your life with Yahweh, it's your time now.
Praise Yahweh.
Don't worry about what them other folk doing. They doing what they supposed to do. They on the way out.
Mm-hmm.
Worry about what you doing. Get in. It's time to get in.
Kingdom time, I was this was years ago. I wrote a letter to Yahweh ben Yahweh, and of course he always write back. And I was having issues in the city because people didn't want to do the right thing. And I wrote him a letter about it. And he wrote me back. He say, son, you keep the law, statute, judgments, and commandments, and you will have peace. You will lie down and sleep in peace. It's like, don't worry about those people. What is it? Psalms 37, fret not thyself because of evil doers whose way shall be cut down. We can go on and on about this. It's not about those people. It's about what we do and what we show ourselves approved unto Yahweh by understanding and transcending this stuff. Period. That's what it's like. We are open for Power Talk. If our family have any questions, concerns, or comments for our scholar brother Kezion, or for you want to make a comment on anything you heard our master teacher, the founder of the nation of Yahweh, our father, say, Please do.
We do have a caller with their line unmuted. I believe that is our brother Gabrielle out in Houston.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. Brother Kezzy Bones. I know y'all heard that. Be the ones.
Come on now.
So to be the ones to spread the gospel, be the ones to spread the good news, be the ones to lead in righteousness.
Yes, sir.
To be the ones to proclaim the name, to be the ones to reflect the image of Yahweh, to display his attributes. Brother Kezzy Young, praise Yahweh for you today. Oh, the awakening. You know, when you said that we are eternal beings, it started to make me go back to the garden and think about how we were prior to Satan's arrival on the scene.
Come on now.
I mean, we were naming things, we were flourishing, and we were walking with Yahweh in the cool of the day. I can just imagine all these things metaphorically, what they mean now. I just wanted to say, I don't want to take too much time from everybody else, but praise Yahweh and thank you for that, brother. If y'all are not taking notes, I don't know.
Hey, it would be a good idea to take notes. But guess what? You can hear the playback on Yahweh Radio 7 days a week. And so we're a few shows behind on Yahweh Radio because we record every week. But you can hear this show in 2 weeks. You'll hear this one airing for a whole week. This show on Unfolding Light, so on Yahweh Radio. So you have access to this. And of course, we're going to be discussing these concepts because that's what time it is. Everybody see now we're in time. We're on time. We're just like Yahweh ben Yahweh. We in time and we on time. And now we control time because time is not something that is beyond our control.
In fact, Dr. Lou, not only is it something that's beyond that, it's not something that's beyond our control. We control it. Okay, we control this. All of this was written, y'all. It's in the book. We got a book that proves that all of this stuff would happen, and look at it happening. Okay, who did that? His name is Yahweh, and he has children. Okay, that's us. Okay, and so we can control what's going forward, just like we control what happened. So it's just time for us to awaken to this. It's not some new power that you have. It's one you've always had. We just forgot for a minute. Just remember, that's all. Let's do this.
Praise Yahweh. Now, Brother Gabrielle, were you complete with your thought? And I do believe we have another caller with their line unmuted.
Yes, Sister Tamar, praise Yahweh, Shabbat Shalom, and your whole family.
Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh, brother.
Sharing, brother. All right, we do have a caller with your line ended in 5125. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Dr. Lewis, Sister Tamar. Wonderful, wonderful teaching as always. I was wondering, is there such a book or books where you saints that literally knew and worked with our Father is compiled? For example, I know people have said repeatedly that there's so many teachings, lectures, etc., that were lost. And I know it's more than about any personality, but I was just, when I hear the nuances of, what people heard, Yahweh ben Yahweh say, his just completions of thoughts. And like you said a minute ago, Dr. Lou, a letter that he wrote to you. You know what I mean? So I just would love to see all the saints that knew him, compile this material for posterity, for us now and for, hundreds of years from now. and we don't want it to be lost. So if there's such a thing, I'd like to know where it is, where the book is. And if not, I certainly hope that the saints will get busy compiling that, because we do get little things that we won't get from the speeches. You know, for instance, when he talked to the sisters or when he talked to the brothers, you know, the little things, because when you all add those, it adds a dimension to what he taught in a lecture. So Shabbat Shalom, that's my comment, and praise Yahweh for everybody, for all those who are working hard to rebuild our kingdom and for us to be the light that Yahweh made us to be. Shalom.
Praise Yahweh, sister. You are an inspiration, because we have been talking about that for some time now, and we have been preparing to archive a lot of those teachings firsthand from the people who received them. And that is now, with your inspiration, we have to step up our game and get that done. And so when it is done and come out, you can safely say you were inspiration for this to go ahead and manifest. Praise Yahweh. Brother Kezion?
What?
Yes, sir.
Sister, did you have something you wanted to say?
No, I was going to say, I want to order the first 5 books. This is
yes, ma'am.
so put my order in. I don't care if the books cost $500 a piece. We have to get this and treasure it, because we cannot let this be lost, just because we're so busy. I understand people are busy, but this is a priceless thing. So, Toda.
Praise Yahweh. Brother Kezion?
I almost broke into a chorus of amen. Y'all remember the amen?
Yes, sir. Amen.
Okay. Well, this is what Yahweh was expressing to us the whole time, y'all. He told us to write a book on your name, right? That's not just book knowledge. That's not just definitions and synonyms and scriptures. That's your life, okay? He said, lo, behold, I come in the volume of the book. It's written of me. Okay, that's a lot of people want to think, well, that's only Yahweh ben Yahweh. That's the Son's job, right? Okay, you need to go look up the word me, and you get a little bit of a, expand your latitude, your longitude on that, because that includes you and I. These things that are happening, they are historic, they are prophetic, and they are that formula that causes this whole thing to move and turn. Well, you don't really understand how important you are in the equation. You need to be writing a book. You need to be writing this stuff down. I'm doing that. I've been doing it for years. I'm gonna keep on doing it. I want to encourage you to do it, because all of these experiences, even those of you who might not have met him in the flesh, you met him in the spirit. What happened since then? You need to be, capturing all of that, because the people who are going to be reading this 100 years from now, and 1,000 years, is going to be valuable to them, just like it's valuable to us, but maybe even more. So, yes, ma'am. Those books need to come out, and I'm with you. I'm buying them too.
Praise Yahweh. My order is in also, and I can safely say that if it's the will of Yahweh, it will manifest very soon. Yes. Praise Yahweh. And we're getting close to the end of this episode, but we have a few more minutes. If anybody else want to come in, we may have time for 1, maybe 2 callers, depending on how long-winded they are.
Well, I can say this, Dr. Lou. I'm writing a book now that I've been writing for years, but it's taken on new life. Pardon the pun. That captures the crucifixion of Yahweh ben Yahweh, not from just from a complete standpoint. It shows you exactly how the real life experiences occurred, not just for Yahweh ben Yahweh, focused on him, but including us. Because now we're in that section of the book where they call the Acts, okay? Yahweh ben Yahweh promised that he would come, he came, all right? He promised that he would sacrifice himself for us, he did, all right? And he promised that he would leave and go be one with the Father. He did that. All right, guess what? Better go read John chapter 17, y'all. We got some work to do. There's some stuff that now we do Okay, and it's our time now. And so don't be afraid to be who you are. That's why we came here. Don't be afraid. Let's live that life.
Yeah, let's be about that life, huh?
Let's be about that life.
See, in our dead state, we know what we got to be about that life, because we're not about death. Yahweh is the God of the living, not the dead.
Come on now.
That's why he had to resurrect us before he could be our God. The dead don't have no God. The dead God is dead.
Let's keep it real. Yahweh ben Yahweh said, he told me, he said, son, don't worship your ancestors. He said, everybody after the fall of Adam was dead as a doorknob.
Yes, sir.
That's what he said. Now, I'm not dissing them. I love our ancestors. I'm just saying, let's keep it real. A deep sleep in Genesis 2:21. Yahweh put on Adam. Okay? Dead. Every kid that came out of that dude and that lady, both of them, dead. All right? For 6,000 years, completely dead. And now it's time for some life up in here. Okay? Yahweh ben Yahweh came to give us life. So let's live for Yahweh. Let's do this. You can't avoid it. If you're born for this, it's just your time now. You can go willfully, or you can get swallowed up by a whale and be in his stomach for 3 days and all that kind of crap. But you still gonna do it.
Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh.
Well, see, collectively, we've been like Jonah, especially the disciples of the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh. We've been like Jonah. We've been in the belly of the beast, and we've been, we're trying to get away from our responsibilities. But it was only
3 days too.
It was only for 3 days. It was only for those small, few little seconds. Now he didn't spit us out, and it's now time for us to be our father. His son grew up to be his father. He take on his same father's mannerisms. He take on his same father's missions. And it's time for the children of Yahweh to grow up to be the father in the flesh.
That's it. Let me just say real quick, brother, Dr. Lou, we've been studying days, and we understand it's deeper than 24 hours, right? That's a lot of different times. Well, the 3 days that Jonah was in the whale, in a big fish's body, just think about this. I was released from prison in 1992. It's 2022 now. That would be 30 years. Okay. That's 3 days as far as I'm concerned. That's 3 decades as far as I'm concerned. All of us, since Yahweh ben Yahweh's incarceration, and when they came down with that initial judgment, it's been 3 days, y'all. It's been 3 days. It's time to get up out of this doggone big old fish, get that shower, brush your teeth, wake up, comb your hair, get dressed, and let's teach the world that Yahweh is God through our example.
Through our example.
Jonah, praise Yahweh.
And that's what being a ruler is all about. Yahweh chose us to be the ruler. He didn't chose us to tell everybody what to do.
That's right.
He chose us to show them the rewards for serving Yahweh. Praise
That's
Yahweh.
it.
And we are at the end of this episode. Time for final thoughts. Brother Kezion, final thought.
Okay, real quick. I just want to say, family, it's our time now. If you got nothing from this series, please get that part. Don't be worn out. Get renewed in the spirit of your mind. Get back in the game. It's time to play with everything we got. It's all on the table right now. And you're the linchpin. Stop looking for somebody else to be the linchpin. It's you. All right. Change the things that you need to change. Begin to turn, with Yahweh. Praise Yahweh.
Yahweh. Sister Tamar, final thoughts.
I just want to share gratitude and love and appreciation for Yahweh raising up scholars. Brother Aman, who started this series with us, and Brother Kezion, who's closing this series with us. And for those who need to revisit this, it's always on our YouTube channel. So it's definitely there. You can definitely visit the Nation Yahweh's YouTube channel, subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. But praising Yahweh for all the knowledge that we have available to us and that we're able to get here in this platform and share with each other. Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. Woo! It has been a ride in one of Yahweh's ships today. We don't crash. We don't have to worry about that. When a bird take off, he ain't thinking about crashing. They ain't thinking about landing. It land when he want to. Time they stay up for days in Yahweh's wind. But that's just something that Yahweh created. But he created us in his image. And so even the bird's flight is inferior to what Yahweh's flight is. And he gave that ability to us. And it's a spiritual thing that manifests in the physical, like airplanes and helicopters and these machines that fly. So anyway, the point is that Yahweh is not bound by time, and his creation is not bound by time. The inferior man gets our minds bound in a time frame. We're gonna die. But the reality of it is we're eternal, and there is no real binding of time for us. Praise Yahweh. And now I'd like to close out this episode of The Unfolding Light with a prayer to our Heavenly Father Yahweh, the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Tefillah. Avenu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh Shemeaka, Tavo Makuterka, Yadze Rezonka, King Bashemayim, Cain Ba'aretz, and Lechem Kukenu, Tain Lanu Hayom, Uslat Lanu, All Kartienu, Kimos Asokim, Gamanatnu, Lakotiem Lanu, Veal Tevienu, Lade Mitzayom, King Kal Senu, Minhara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Gibara, Veha Tefier, Leolame, Olamim Sila. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh. And always remember, Yahweh loves you, Yahweh ben Yahweh loves you, and so does the nation of Yahweh. Shabbat Shalom, family.
Thank you for joining The Unfolding Light, presented by the Nation of Yahweh. If you have any comments or questions, please email us at info@thenationofyhwh.com. Follow us online at thenationofyahweh.com, theunfoldinglight.com, and at yahwehbenyahweh.biz. Get social with us. Follow the Nation of Yahweh on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, do remember to pay Yahweh and yourselves first and don't touch it, as instructed by the Honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh. You can send your tithes, donations, and offerings to the Nation of Yahweh at P.O. Box 555-115, Orlando, Florida 32855. And be blessed continually, according to Malachi chapter 3, verse 10. Praise Yahweh. Shalom, shalom.
Stop your crying. It's gonna be alright. Stop your lying, children. It's gonna be alright. Stop worrying. That's this worrying going on. It's gonna be alright, man. Cause you see, Yahweh ben Yahweh is here now. Well, he's a man with a wonderful, wonderful life. You'll be praying all night long. Son. I'm talking about the Son, Yahweh, been Yahweh. So you can quit all this foolishness and going on, because we living in a brand new day. Well, stop your moaning now. It's gonna be alright. Stop your groaning, children. It's gonna be alright. Stop your crying. You don't have to have no more kids. But you see, Yahweh, when Yahweh came, round about on this time, it's short now years. Well, stop your begging. It's time to do your part. And quit being lazy, my children. That it's time to stop. Stop doing what you want to do. And start doing the things you supposed to do. Get up off of your knees and be so good. Study real hard, because he said you know you could. Well, be the way he wants you to be, because he said he know you can.